Previously on that Cthulhu John.
Hello? I'm looking for my Aunt Millie.
There's been signs of a struggle.
I know she had a date. Guy named Walter.
We were supposed to go on a date, and got stood up.
We have a detective coming to the scene. A man in a brown suit gets out. Detective Thompson! He turns around, takes his yellow sunglasses off. Mr. Pendergast, I'm going to be frank with you. It doesn't look good that you were probably the last person to speak with her in person.
Where's my fucking aunt? It's this guy. This is the guy she went on a date with.
Guys, getting a little heated here. Did your aunt have any valuables or anything?
Something about a statue.
Mikhail Jakanovich, in the year 1940, the last record of him existing was an arrest for political dissent in Russia. He was then put into the Gulag system. My dear Lenny, your friend Thomas needs to be dealt with.
Well, geez, if I gotta.
We're going to give you a little needle. They're keeping him up at the Byberry mental facility. We need a new delivery driver now.
I gotta kill him and do his job?
Tuesday afternoon, I'm supposed to go to the Ventucci Art Gallery.
Yes, what can I help you with? This Friday, we have a Jakanovich coming in. It is expected to go very quickly at our auction on Friday.
There's no chance that I could have any private words with, my good old pal. Look who's doing great.
He has got a wild look in his eye. Did the cold get you, Lenny? It came alive and it came at me. It had claws, Lenny. It had claws. It had eyes. That's what Chucky told me to grab, was the statue.
And I give him a jab with that needle. Sorry, bud.
And he looks you in the eye and he goes,
I say, good.
Lenny.
Good.
We need a medic in here right away.
And I start to walk down the hallway.
Welcome to that Cthulhu John.
Hello, and thanks for joining us for that Cthulhu John, episode 3. We are a real play Call of Cthulhu podcast. I am George, your keeper of arcane lore, and with me are my friends and investigators Chad.
Hey there.
Chuck.
Hello.
And Jenny.
Hi.
All right, guys, so we left off last. Mr. Leonard Cobb had just killed his friend in the mob, a guy whose name's not Bob. However, his name is Tommy Slick. So Lenny just killed off Tommy Slick with a quick injection that mimicked a heart attack. And he managed to slip out the front door and passed his sanity roll. So he kind of did it with a fairly clean conscience. I'm going to say that Lenny is right now leaving the facility. He's in the parking lot, and he's getting into his truck, which he parked in the visitor's parking lot. All right, so he's getting into his truck.
I'm gonna just, punch a random car window on the way to my truck. He's gotta be a little frustrated and angry.
Oh, okay. So you're walking through the parking lot, and you punch a window, you punch just the hood of a car, you trying to break something?
I don't know, just kind of, as I'm walking by, just randomly swing at whatever's there. It could be a telephone pole, I don't know.
So you go ahead, take a quick swing at something, and give me a luck roll. Let's see how.
It's not good.
All right, take 1
4 is not gonna do it.
hit point damage. Yeah, you
Ooh, that's smart.
bloodied up your knuckles from swinging that hard. He's frustrated. And after that show of emotion, you kind of start to get up to your truck, open the door to the truck, and someone runs out the front door of Byberry and turns around the corner and says, "There he is. He's getting in the truck over there." All right, you close the door
And I go.
and punch it, or
Yeah, just get in and move as if I, didn't see them coming.
all right. So you start to pull away, and as you're pulling out the the main exit. There is a guard shack there. Right now, the arm is up, but it looks like it's starting to lower. Give me a drive roll.
Okay. An 8 will do it. That's
You hit that gas.
That's
punch
extreme.
It, punch it, and you get under that gate very easily.
I'll flip the dude off on my way by too.
Yeah. So you bolt out of Byberry's driveway onto Byberry Road, turn down to Roosevelt Boulevard, and start down there, heading south back to your. Well, you tell me where you're headed. Are you heading back to your delivery routes?
I think I just start driving. I don't know. Probably punch the steering wheel, turn the music up, and then yell a lot. You know, very 80s.
Mm-hmm. I got you.
So 80s.
Doing that little bit of a Point Break thing. No.
Yeah.
Pop, 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 pop.
Except without the shooting in the air. But probably not really thinking about where I'm going at the moment. Just driving for now. You know, it's affected him, but not. This is why he doesn't get close to nobody. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that guy was a work friend, and a mob work friend usually doesn't. They're not like long-term friends.
Yeah, turns out.
So, you know, it's better than getting whacked or offed.
That's what she said.
Anyone want to do anything for the rest of Tuesday? I would say it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon after Lenny gets away.
I don't know.
If you guys don't have anything to do, that's fine. I can just kind of...
Actually, there was something Walter might get into. Is there a phone book at the bookstore?
At the bookstore? Absolutely. They have older phone books there, too.
Well, I'm not sure which I'll need, so I'll start with the current one, I guess. And I'm going to try to look up the Fireside Tavern, see if I can find an address for that place.
Okay. You look up Fireside Tavern, and there's not like an ad or anything like that. It's just a small, basic entry. Just the Fireside Tavern's got the number there.
Well, maybe in that case, actually, oh yeah, it's Tuesday, right? Well, I guess, I think I left off searching this place really thoroughly, so it's probably in the afternoon by the time I would get around to this, like maybe 6-ish. I think I was searching through books till at least 5, and then I started to get into other things. Okay. So I'm going to give Fireside Tavern a call.
Around what time you calling Fireside Tavern on a Tuesday?
Probably like 6 p.m.
Around 6 p.m.? Okay. 6 p.m. on a Tuesday. Phone, you call Fireside Tavern, phone rings a couple times, guy picks up.
Yeah, Fireside Tavern.
Hey there, I'm glad to see you're open. I was just thinking about having a few drinks, but I don't know where the address is. Where are you located?
And the guy over the phone gives you the address at the bar in South Philly. It's not too far from where you live, maybe a 5-minute drive or so. You could actually walk it if you wanted to.
Yeah, it's probably a little cold for that, especially the sun going down or already down. But he does write down the address and thinks about the place. He might have to check that out as well. But there is another phone call I'd like to make as well. When I was at Millie's house and talked to Detective Thompson, was it?
Detective Thompson, yeah.
Did he give me any of his information, or did he just take mine?
He took yours, and I'm going to say he gave you his card as well.
Oh, well, isn't that convenient? Because I guess, yeah, the date was Saturday, so I mean, there's still Sunday, Monday, and then all today. So yeah, I'm going to give him a call and see if there's been any progress or leads or any news or anything. Or attempt to, anyway. So I'll dial his number next.
Okay. Dial up his number, and you get an answering machine. It says, this is Thompson. Leave a message. If it's urgent, you should have the number.
Beep. Yes, Detective Thompson, this is Walter Pendergast. I was just calling you in reference to the disappearance of one Mildred Thiebley. I had hoped to see if there were any updates or leads or any progress. Still worried about my friend, and I hadn't heard anything from anyone. Please, give me a call back at either number I gave you before. At your earliest convenience. Click.
All right. Let me write this down a second here. Let's see, you made your phone call to Thompson.
Yeah, I mean, if nothing else is going on, I think I might actually check out the Fireside Tavern, because he's pretty much... Well, actually, you know what? A thought occurred to him while he was leaving that message, and he calls Millie's number, just in case. He assumes she would have called him if, things were good, but...
Well, you call Millie's number, and it rings a couple times. No one answers it.
Yeah, that's what he's afraid of. And now, especially even more so, I think he will go for that drink and takes a short drive down to the Fireside. Check that place out and see why it was important.
All right.
Oh,
So you
important
go
enough to write
to the
down.
Fireside Tavern. Front door of it is pretty shittily painted. It's all peely and cracked and everything. You go to open it.
Probably makes
and,
that gross face when he touches the handle.
The handle is very corroded. It's got that patina that only a bunch of sweat and beer could make on a brass handle.
Nice. Oh, good thing I have my gloves on.
And you grab it, open the door up. As you head inside, the smell of cigarette smoke just hits you in the face like a frying pan. And wong. And you can see that the place is pretty dirty. A lot of the bar stools the leather has cracked on the top of it, and all the fluff is coming out of it.
Sure.
There's a very large fella behind the bar, and he is wearing a full sweatsuit. Not a tracksuit, but sweat shirt, sweat pants. The guy looks like he's dressed to be comfortable more than anything, more than to impress.
Okay. Any decals on it, or is this plain sweats?
It's just plain sweats.
Okay.
Plain gray sweats.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's not especially judgmental, and though he doesn't really smoke, he does kind of find the smoky atmosphere of the bar is kind of appealing. And he climbs up on one of these rough edge seats. Or I guess
you climb up on one of the
seats.
seats. You feel the leather dig into your leg at a part where it has cracked, and
He kind of
man
sits
in
up a
the
little bit
large,
and spins it.
yeah. There's only 3 other people here right now. They all look like they might have been here for a while, judging by how steadily they are sitting right now.
If anybody looks over, give him a nod and a wave.
They give you back a head nod when they look at them and wave at them.
Typical
The
South
big
Philly.
guy in the sweat suit comes over and says,
Yeah. Can I get you something?
A beer, please. He looks over at the tap, and I mean, if they got Bud on tap or something, that'd probably be fine.
"They got Coors on tap."
Yeah, that's fine too, as long as it ain't that Coors Light.
No, it's the Coors Gold Banquet.
Nice. He says, yeah, tall frosty glass if you got one. He gestures to the Coors.
The guy grabs a glass from underneath the bar, flips it over. It's a mug. It is a mug. Flips it over.
Nice.
And pours from the tap. Puts it down in front of you. Goes, that'll be 50 cents.
Nice. Slap down $1. I say, no need for change. Buy yourself one. And
With that, he says, you know what? Don't mind if I do. I got a long night ahead of me. And he
I
goes
raise
over
my
to
glass to that.
He goes over to the bar and pours himself a mug, brings it back over, cheers you. Yeah. Gives a little clink.
He goes, so, what's no offense, but what's I fancier looking fella like yourself doing here at the fireside?
I say, it's been a rough couple days. A friend of mine went missing, and I guess the stress is getting to me. I figured a nice cold drink could do me good.
Says to you, well, a lot of people here got their problems, believe me. Being a bartender and owning the bar, actually, you become kind of a psychiatrist on your own.
Oh. And with that, he kind of looks around. He says, well, I've never been here before, but seems like a nice enough place to own. How long you been doing this?
Says, well, I've been owning it for about 20 years now, since the 60s.
He seems impressed by that. I mean, it's a nice business. Probably had to work hard at some point if he's not now. I mean, hard to say. I don't really know him that well, but taking a look around this place, is there anything that catches my eye? Anything of interest? Of note?
Well, they've got a lot of those, like a silk-screened mirror.
Yeah.
So it's like a print on a mirror. They got a bunch of those, with all different beers hanging on the walls.
Got your typical, like, Alf with some girl in a bikini on one of the posters somewhere.
Yeah, that kind of shit. It's all like caked thickly with nicotine residue.
Oh, yeah, the best. You can only really see yourself in the center of the mirror. So the rest
Exactly.
is, like, super grimy. Well,
They've got some pictures of some of the workers lining around the bar as well. In the corner of the frames of the mirrors, some pictures. You can see the owner there and some, you see a couple girls, guys in there with them. You can assume they're either workers or regulars of some sort. Some of the pictures are of people behind the bar. And one of the pictures is a person behind the bar, and you see it happens to be a picture of Heather, who you met just earlier today, or was that yesterday?
I think that was Monday. Yeah, yesterday.
That was Monday. I'm sorry.
Or
You
no,
just met-
that was probably Sunday because it was the day after. My bad. The day
Well,
after
you had
the
just met her
supposed day.
a day or two ago. we'll say.
Um,
But you recognize her face from the picture. And you
Okay.
also recognize that she's leaning over the bar and talking to your neighbor,
Lenny too.
Lenny. Lenny is in the picture. He must be a regular there or something. He's at least in the picture with Heather.
Huh. He might kind of drift off in thought for a moment if the bartender's still talking. Maybe he kind of loses attention or loses track of the conversation, and he kind of thinks to himself, maybe that's some kind of connection, or at least that's why Millie had written the Fireside Tavern on her little planner in the first place. So with that, he
Makes
might
sense.
ease up a little bit. He's not exactly sure what it means, but at least there's something that kind of makes sense to all of this. And takes another big gulp or two of his beer. Probably downs it to the halfway mark. Maybe a little fast for him.
All right, so you down it halfway and then down it the rest of the way, and the bartender comes back and goes, that was quick.
He chuckles a little bit. Brap. Yeah, I guess it's been a little while since I had a nice cold one. It's
Not much of a drinker, are you?
Not usually, unless it's coffee. But
He laughs at that.
I think I could use another one of these, and one for the rest of the guys here. He makes like the little 360 lasso motion with his hand as he kind of rounds up everybody.
Hey, when you do that, he leans over to a switch, and it has when he switches it, a fire bell goes off. And everyone at the bar like stands
Suddenly
up,
jolted awake.
suddenly jolted awake, wide-eyed, and he goes, this guy over here just bought around for everyone. And then everyone just goes, kind of lifts their head up a little bit more, but as they're lifting their head up, they kind of put their heads back down a little bit and raise their glasses and go,
Looking sloshed already.
The healthy applause.
Any
So
food around this
you just
joint?
bought the... I'm sorry, what was that?
Any food around this joint? Any chips or anything?
There's some bowls of peanuts on the bar.
Yeah, there is.
Well, it's a good thing they got shells. I don't mess with any that are already like busted open, but if they're intact and I gotta break them open, that's fine. He's particular like that.
I'm
Yeah.
going to say that they have shells on them.
He has a little fun with it then, you know? Plays a little drinking game as he's knocking back his Coors Gold.
What drinking game are you playing with the shelled peanuts?
Yeah.
He's not really playing any games. He's just breaking open the peanuts and eating them. And
Eat a peanut, drink a beer. Eat a peanut, drink a beer.
That's a fun game. I've played that one.
It doesn't last too long usually.
oh man. So yeah, but nothing really too much more than that. He pretty much just finishes the second beer and has a few peanuts just so he's not drinking on a completely empty stomach. I think he had like a sandwich earlier, but he doesn't usually drink, so.
Makes sense. How long are you staying here drinking?
Probably not too long. By the time I finish the second beer, it might have been an hour altogether. And
Okay.
then I think I'll head on home.
All right, so you head on home. Heather, did you do anything special on Tuesday?
So Tuesday's the day after, right? Okay.
Yes.
I was thinking I would go to the police station, but is that like too redundant? Like, I don't know. Is that okay if I go to the police station
Absolutely.
to check? Okay.
It makes
Okay.
perfect sense if you
Makes
do.
sense
So,
that
yeah.
your character would, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure you'd need some information. Or
Yeah,
want some.
see if they
I mean, if Walter's
have
worried, you
any
should be too,
more
yeah.
information on her. Or... Okay, so I go to the police station and see if the
Alright.
guy in the yellow glasses is there.
All right, so you head down to the police station, and there is a bunch of cops like running around, hustling, bustling. Looks like they're real busy today. There's someone sitting at a reception desk, however, a shorter, chubbier woman in a police uniform, of course. She's sitting there, and as you walk in, she looks a little annoyed. But she says, yeah, can I help you with something?
I was just here to see if Detective Thompson was here. I'm looking to see if he has any more information on my aunt.
Okay, so she goes, hold on one second. She hits an intercom. It says, Detective Thompson, there's a young lady here to see you. And you hear back over the intercom, well, who is it? She goes, can I get a name?
Heather Snakehole.
So he hits the intercom. She goes, Heather Snakehole? And you hear back over the intercom, oh, that's a name you don't forget. Yeah, send her right back to my office if you could. And she goes, ugh. She rolls her eyes and she grabs the next cop that's walking by and says, hey, Martinez, can you take this woman back to Thompson's office? And the detective goes, yeah, sure. He shows you the way. You walk through the floor of the police precinct, and again, seems to even be getting busier as you're going through. But once you near the back of the precinct, you get to the offices, and it starts to calm down there. You don't see people moving around as much near the offices. Martinez leads you to a door, opens the door up, and says, Detective Thompson, you had a request for a civilian to come and see you? He says, yes, send her in. Sends you in to a room that's rather stark. It's painted a light sage green color with a brown chair rail going around it. And it has a large desk, not an expensive looking desk, but one that gets the job done. Sitting behind it is Detective Thompson. He's not wearing his yellow sunglasses right now, but he is still wearing a brown pinstripe suit. And he looks up from his desk and he says, yes, Miss Snakehole, what can I help you with?
I just wanted to see if you have any more information on my aunt or what's happening. It's just been a day.
He says, well, I appreciate your concern. I see why you would be concerned. It's been a day, and we got to be honest that the first 48 hours are probably the most important in finding someone. If we do have any sort of updates, believe me, you'll be the first one to know. But unfortunately, nothing new has turned up since yesterday.
Did you look into that Walter fella?
He said, yeah, we looked into his records. It seems clean. Nothing popping up that's, any red flags. However, we will keep an eye on him. We think we're going to do a follow-up interview with him maybe after 48 hours.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure you have all my information. Please call me if you find anything else out.
As soon as we do find anything else out, we'll let you know. I guess he kind of gives you a look like anything else you need. Like,
Did you happen to find that statue that I told you about in my aunt's house?
Give me a psychology roll.
That's the kind of questions we need.
2.
That's super good.
Thompson tells you, well, we don't have any sort of leads on the statue. It seems like it's kind of a misnomer, really. We couldn't find anything about it, don't know where it went. But because of your psychology roll that you passed very well there, you can tell that he's either not telling the whole truth or possibly just straight up lying to you.
Okay. I'm not going to grill like the detective about detectiving. Because he's like,
right.
Not. Okay. Well, I guess I'd just say, I'll get out of your hair. There seems to be a lot going on in here today.
He goes, yeah, it's pretty busy back here. And he turns around to a computer and starts typing on it. And he goes, you can see yourself out. You don't need an escort or anything.
All right. Thanks for your help.
All right. So you leave the police precinct with the feeling that Detective Thompson might know something about the statue at least.
Okay. Can I go to her house and look for it myself? Well, it's not going to be there.
I don't know how crime scenes work, really. But in real life, but I'm going to say it's the day after they probably got all the pictures and everything they need. It's, locked up, and I'm assuming you would have a key for it.
Okay, so I go to her house, maybe call a cab and go down there. Maybe I could find something since I think he's a big fat liar.
Okay. So you go to call a cab and, yellow car comes, picks you up, takes you all the way up to the northeast. And you arrive at your Aunt Millie's house. You go up, the front door's locked, but that's not a problem. You do have a key.
Okay, so I go in. I'm just looking around, kind of looking through all her stuff.
Mm-hmm. So you're looking through her stuff, go through her bedroom and things. Not finding a whole lot there. You do see spots where it looks like fingerprints have been dusted for and stuff.
Is there still, like, blood around? You know how I like that blood.
There is still blood stains on the floor. It looks like the tablecloth that had the blood stains in it was taken in for evidence.
Can I go through, like, some of her books to see... I'll go through some of her books to see if that guy's name is in there that she mentioned to me. Is it the...
Walter?
No, the uncle? Is it, like, her uncle that... The art...
Yeah, she said... But she did tell you that she didn't really know the guy.
Okay. Alright, so I guess I just, like, go through all her stuff like a creep and then don't find anything and just head out.
Alright, so you leave her house behind, not really finding anything there. And let's go to Lenny next. So, Lenny, you're doing your rounds, I guess, and delivery rounds.
Yeah, I feel
Well,
like
you would still have to throughout the day, but eventually you're going to have to go back to the dispatch.
Yeah. This is something I got to take care of.
All right. So you go through the rest of the day making your deliveries. You head back to the dispatch around 6 o'clock. When you get to the dispatch, what do you do?
Now, I mean, I'm kind of confused about how things work exactly. Is the entire union wrapped up? I mean, could I just walk up into the dispatch and be like, I need you to make it look like I was delivering somewhere else today?
You know that the entire union is not wrapped up in all this.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to make it look like I was delivering somewhere else today. Was my plan. So, I guess the dispatch office or wherever they would keep our schedules and shit. I don't know.
As you're walking through the dispatch, we're to say the docks where you park up. Skinny Joey comes up to you. You see him walking towards you.
Hey, there he is.
He goes, "Hey there, Lenny. Let me ask you something. Did you do what Daddy told you to do?"
Of course I did.
Oh, God.
You don't like that he said Daddy?
Oh, God. Fucking hate him.
It makes him.
There's
a little,
something about grown men saying Daddy that's yeah.
It makes him a little more endearing.
Does it?
Especially
Does
someone
it?
who's like a life or death kind of guy. Like your fate is hanging in his balance sometimes. You just,
Oh.
Well, says you. Daddy said you had something important for you to do. Did you do it?
Yeah, you know, I always take care of my deliveries.
Says, okay, it was just another delivery. Speaking of deliveries, don't forget, Friday. We got you off the schedule already, so you can make the special delivery to Ventucci Art Gallery, okay?
Right. Let me write that down. You said I gotta pick it up at that warehouse by the docks?
Warehouse by the docks. You should probably pick it up around 1 o'clock. Give yourself about 2 hours to get to Ventucci. You got to be there by 3.
Alrighty. Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about the schedule. You think we could switch a couple things around, make it look like I was somewhere else today? It's about that job that your father had me on.
Says, well, I guess I could talk to Carlin Records, see what we can maybe move a couple things around there. If it's in regards to the job that Daddy sent you for, you know.
Yeah, I would say the sooner the better there, in case anyone comes knocking, snooping, asking questions.
He says, yeah, sure. Makes sense to me. So he goes off probably to talk to Carlin Records. And what do you do with the rest of your day there?
Well, I guess I'll leave it to him, but I don't trust the kid, honestly. But I suppose I could always check tomorrow when I start work. You said it's Tuesday?
Yep.
You know, today was quite a day, huh? I'm gonna... Or wait, no. Did I do the thing yesterday? Or was that today?
That was today.
Oh, that was today.
It was earlier today. It was like before noon. No, it was 2 o'clock.
The thing.
Oh, you mean
Christ.
kill your best friend by stabbing him with a needle in the dick? That thing.
right. Never mind.
That thing. Well, he wasn't my best friend. He's just,
Listen, Daddy said.
you know...
The only friend. you
Daddy
have,
said to
you
do
know,
it. You
the
gotta
only
do
person. Oh man.
It's better than getting whacked. I don't know. I guess I'd probably go tie one on, honestly.
That
Much as
makes
I think
sense.
that's a bad idea. Yeah, it's early enough, you know. Get real wasted, pass out.
All right.
But park at home. And
Go home.
I'll walk from there.
You walk to the fireside?
Yeah, park at home and then walk to the fireside from there.
Okay. When you get to the Fireside Tavern, it is about 8 o'clock. The place is not packed. There's only 2 people at the bar right now. And behind the bar is your buddy Sal Lombardi. He is dressed all in gray sweats, head to toe, which is pretty standard for him in the winter. In the summer, he's more of a wife beater and jorts kind of guy.
Who's not?
But he's there, and as you walk in, he goes, Lenny, how you doing, bud?
Hey there, what's going on there, Sal? Looking good.
Not a whole lot. You can see it's not bustling in here.
Yeah, well, that's part of the charm, huh?
That's how I look at it. Not how the IRS looks at it, but you know.
You still talking to those guys? I cut them off years ago.
That's what you should do.
Well,
But as a business owner, you gotta care.
I understand.
What can I get you?
Usual.
Course it is. Any shots?
Of course.
How hard a day you had?
It was a day. One of those days that, you kind of just want to give it all up.
I'm giving Sal a psychology roll. And he comes back with a beer and a shot of whiskey, puts him in front of it, and goes,
First round's on me, all right?
You're a saint, Sal.
Because you look like you had a tough one.
he turns around, he's watching the news, and got Jim Garner on there on the Action 6 News.
The only guy with a better mustache than Walter.
Yes.
Move closer to your world, my friend.
Whoa. You don't sing more than that.
Copyright.
All right.
So, on the Action News there, it's like the end of the news, where there's not really any real stories going on. And they say this Friday there's to be an auction at the Ventucci Art Gallery in Ballackinwood. They're going to be featuring a real Djukanovic statue at the auction. We don't have pictures of it yet, but we do have pictures of, and they turn around, they're like, let's see. Yes, other works by the famous Russian artist. It's been thought for years that all of his works have been already documented, but this is a new unfounded one and is expected to go for thousands of dollars. That's what you happen to pick up while the news is on. And Sal comes back over to you and he goes,
Yeah, it's me. People got too much money to spend on stupid crap.
He's like, yeah, wouldn't it be nice though,
Have that kind of cash? Absolutely.
Tell you, I wouldn't be buying art in Philadelphia. Be on the beach somewhere.
Yeah. I got my mom down in Cabo right now.
Cabo. Sounds fancy.
It's
Couldn't tell you where
it's
that
pretty
is.
nice. It's pretty nice. I gotta say, nice place to retire. I was glad I could send it there.
Hey, the ball gotta be working out for something then.
so the rest of the night you just kind of drink a little bit, get kind of sloshed.
Yeah, probably somewhat quick. I probably don't stay too long. A few hours, max.
Okay.
Pass out early.
Pass out early. Okay. Drink till you can't think anymore. Stumble home. Pass out.
Mm-hmm. Just get it done. Very efficient.
So we're gonna move to. We're gonna say it is now Wednesday, and early in the morning, there, Walter, you do get a call from Detective Thompson.
Okay.
All right. It's been 2 days now since Millie's disappearance, right?
Definitely, at least.
Yeah. Since the last known person has talked to her, which was you, actually. Detective Thompson calls you on the phone, and he says to you, Mr. Pendergrass, just a follow-up question here. Anything else that has popped into your head that could possibly give us any sort of lead or direction into the disappearance of Ms. Thiebley?
Well, yes, actually, there had been something I'd hoped to discuss with you. The statue that Heather and I mentioned, was that ever recovered from her apartment or house?
Says, no, we never found any statue.
He says, there is one other thing I hadn't really known at the time, but since the first time we had spoken, I had visited an art gallery, and apparently they have a piece by this same artist. The curator there wasn't able to confirm any details, so having never seen this statue of Mildy's in the first place, and not knowing what they're obtaining, I couldn't say for 100%, but the place seemed a little weird. Maybe she's just a really mean boss, but she certainly had her employees riled up. And, given the rarity of information, I've had a hard time finding anything about this artist. It seems, I don't know, at least coincidental to me that they suddenly have a piece and another piece went missing.
He says to you, yeah, I've looked into this artist, this Jakanovitz.
Yeah, what have you found?
Well, it looks like he's pretty hot right now, but we haven't found anything about him other than that his works are going for big money right now. So it looks like that we may be leaning towards, if she actually had one of these artworks, that we may be leaning towards that it could have been a robbery of some sort that went awry.
No, that would possibly make sense if it's that hot of a commodity. But
what was the name? I'm sorry. What was the name of that art gallery that you visited?
Yes, that's actually what I wanted to discuss. The Ventucci Art Gallery up in the main line. I've been offered a spot at the auction this Friday around 3 o'clock. I guess having never seen this statue, I don't really know exactly how to verify, but, what if these people have a statue that fits the description that Millie gave me? What at that point? Do I call you back immediately, or do you have any time to attend this auction?
Says, I don't know if I can actually make the auction itself, but if anything seems weird, funny, off, definitely give me a call.
Right away.
All right. If that's all, I got other work to do, so I'll talk to you if anything else turns up. And if you hear anything, let me know too, okay?
Certainly.
All right. Bye.
Thank you, officer.
Hangs up. What do you do for the rest of your Wednesday there?
Well, depending on when he called me and where, it might be a work day. I'd figure he's a Monday through Friday kind of guy, and then maybe some specialty hours on the weekends. So I'll probably head to Joe Clock's and see what's happening on the book scene.
All right, you head to Joe Clock's bookshop. It's fairly busy there today. Not more so than usual, but not a slow day either.
Okay.
And nothing that of note walks through the door. No, rare books or anything. Everything that kind of comes in, you've seen before.
No old ladies looking for dates.
No old ladies looking for dates today.
That was once in a decade for Walter.
Yeah.
Snap. Lightning strikes twice sometimes,
I'd say he's probably a science fiction buff, at heart. So he might have some old book that he's reading, maybe something in some series that I probably shouldn't say for copyright issues. And
you probably say an author.
I wouldn't know the authors,
actually.
Oh, okay. But, one of those series that has 30 different novels. He's probably on number 17 or something.
Gotcha. There's so many of them out there, though.
Yeah.
So you're reading through your books. Nothing really happens throughout the work day for you. Anything going on with Heather? Heather, it's Wednesday. You work tonight.
Do I know that Lenny is in the mob? Or, do I suspect
You suspect.
that he is connected?
Yeah.
Okay. And we're, in a picture together, so are we,
You're pretty close.
fairly close?
Yeah, you're pretty close.
Okay.
As close as a bartender and a regular get.
Yeah. If he was in there, I would like to, or if I had his number, call him and ask him to have his people possibly investigate.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
All right. So you do not have his number. However, you suspect he might come into work tonight. You can go through your daily routine. Anything in particular you want to accomplish before you get to work?
No.
No? Okay. That's fine. Just go through your daily routine. Still probably pretty worried about your aunt, though. So that's going to be on the back of your mind. But eventually it hits nighttime and you're about ready to go to work. But before we get to you, let's go back to Lenny, see what he's doing for the day.
I think when I go into work, I would double check the schedules for the week and see if it got changed.
So you do check your schedules, and it looks like it hasn't been changed yet.
Well, I got a few. Want to go talk to whoever or whomever might be in charge. He said the dude's name, but I didn't write it down.
Oh, Carla.
Carla. That dude, Carla.
Yeah, that dude, Carla. Carla in records. You go to records, and there is a woman, looks about 60 years old or so, but in good shape for a 60-year-old. But her hair is up in
My
a
neighbor might like her.
her hair is up in a gray bun. She's a bit of a spark plug, and this is Carla. And she, as you go into her office, she looks up and goes, "Yeah, what can I do for you, hon?"
Hey there, Carla. I talked to one of the guys about it already, but I guess he just kind of overlooked it. I need a couple things changed on the schedules earlier in the week.
She goes, "Yeah, well, we can change your schedule next week. You just need to get approval."
No. I mean the itinerary from where I was earlier this week. I switched with a guy, and it didn't get reflected, on the in the books, and I wanted to double check, made sure that was all taken care of, for mileage purposes.
Pretty good. Give me a persuade roll.
Gas billing. Persuade is not good. Can I intimidate her instead? Or?
Try.
Listen, Carla, I know you've been
So,
working here for a long time and all, but
She's a spark plug. Watch out.
oh yeah, that's right. You're gonna get zapped right back.
I got a 14. But I don't have any points in it, right? So it's the 10. I'm gonna spend the 4 luck so I can
Okay.
That sounds like a bargain right
so I
there.
can mark off that persuade.
Mark off the persuade, and you manage
That's
to
4 points.
persuade Carla. She says to you, "Well, I'm not really supposed to do this, but Lenny, you've been here forever. We don't need to get the higher ups involved. You say it was
Me, Carla. I'm a stand-up guy. Been around here for a long time.
She says, "We'll reflect the changes. What changes did you want to make?"
I go through for I guess the whole day of the date in question, if you will. And I find somebody else that I guess would have had a similar number of hours and just kind of, but like a different part of the city, but like his whole, his route.
Oh, okay.
Basically.
All right. So you do kind of switch out. So it looks like you weren't in the Northeast
Yeah.
at
That's all.
that time,
helps a little.
anywhere near Byberry.
Uh-huh.
I was in North Jersey that day. Check my logs.
But yeah, I do make note of where I was just in case where I was.
All right. So you do that at work.
Thanks a lot, Carla. I need a coffee. I'll bring it back for you.
She goes, "Thanks, hon. I would appreciate that. You
Love it,
don't get a
toots.
lot of free things around here, but anything's appreciated."
I hear you. I'll see you soon. Thank you. Thanks again.
Yeah, she says thanks, and you close the door to her office and exit. So what do you do for the rest of the day? Anything? Just to go about your truck route?
Yeah, go about that, and then as soon as I'm done, probably tie one on again and try to forget the week again.
Okay. All right. And Heather, you're gonna meet up with Lenny. Are you going to the bar there, Lenny?
Yeah.
I was assuming. So I don't want to assume anything. You could have been getting drunk at home by yourself, being extra sad.
He finally finished that beer that he cracked the other day and then fell asleep to. It's all flat, stale.
He's got a good union job. His credit rating's pretty decent, so I could afford getting wasted at the bar.
I mean, at 50 cents a beer.
You head on down to the Fireside Tavern. We're going to say it's about 7 or so when you get there. 7 p.m. And there's your good friend and confidant, Heather Snakehole, behind the bar there.
Mm-hmm. Hey there, Heather. How's it going? Let's sit down and throw my wallet and my keys up on the bar.
I've been better, Lenny. You want your usual
Yeah, please.
shot and a beer?
Yeah, keep them coming. You know, we just
That kind of day, too?
double up the shot on that first round, too. It's been a long week.
Yeah, same here.
Ain't even over. So how you doing?
All right.
Get yourself a shot, too. How you
All
doing?
right. I actually have a question for you.
Yeah, but
Now,
what's going
I
on?
know you have really good friends and in your trucking business, and I just have a little. My Aunt Millie went missing, and
Somebody here.
the cops found some blood in her house. They can't find her, and
It don't sound good. I mean,
oh.
excuse me. Sorry to say it.
Yeah, so I went down to the detective's office to see if he found anything out, and I get a weird vibe. I asked him about a statue that she had that she thought was worth money, and I feel like he was lying to me. He said they don't have any information and they didn't find it, and I don't know. I don't know if there's any way of anyone who can find out more for me.
Possibly, without much. Well, I mean, what exactly do you want to know? Are you trying to find the statue? Are you trying to find if they? I mean, I don't think I could get access to current police cases.
I feel like they might be connected. It's all of a sudden she started talking about this statue and going on a date with this guy, and then she was missing.
What do you?
I just want to see if I can find out if where she is or where the statue is. Anything, any information. The cops are giving me nothing.
You think this guy took her and the statue or something? Who's this guy? I can go ask him a thing or two, see what he knows. Maybe knock him around a little.
This guy Walter, and I pull out his card from my frazzled up purse with a bunch of Marlboro lights, just
You got
rolling
Marlboro
around.
Miles in there?
Yeah.
Do they have those? Oh, Miles. Miles, not Miles. Yeah, Miles.
Yeah, Miles.
Yes,
Yeah, the miles. I'm saving them up.
Trash bags full.
Mm-hmm. Trying to get that jacket.
Oh,
I have
awful
everybody
red
at the
jacket.
bar saving them for me. And I show him the card, and I just say, I don't know. He knew about the statue, and she was asking about the statue, and
Let's take a look at the card. Do I recognize the name?
You recognize the name right away as your neighbor, Walter Q. Pendergrass?
This motherfucker.
You know he works at the bookstore. You think he's a nerd kind of thing.
And we don't get along too well, right?
And you don't get along too well, and that's where we're going to end episode 3 right there with that reveal.
I forgot he was
right.
your neighbor until right now.
Small world. That's
All right, so guys, give it a luck roll or add to your luck roll with a D10.
that's awesome. I've been bleeding.
10-sided die.
Oh, mother shit. Oh wait.
4.
10.
Hemorrhaging.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Right, because you can't have zeros.
Take 5 very quick. Yeah.
All
nice
right,
on
so
that
you
10.
guys have upped your luck a little bit, but luck might not save you next time.
No.
Until next time, remember, sanity is overrated. Hey, this is George. If you're enjoying what you're hearing, remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment. We are also a podcast that you can check out wherever you listen. We are on TikTok and Instagram at That Cthulhu John, and you can email us with any questions or comments at thatcthulhujohn@gmail.com.